What's happening in Ukraine will impact many families with connections back to the country. But it's not just the human connection. There is potential for a massive impact on the economy. For more on this, I'm joined by University of Regina professor and economist Jason Childs. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
So what are the key things you're watching as this crisis continues to unfold?
Well, I think there's three main categories of goods that we want to watch that are going to impact the Saskatchewan economy particularly. That's oil or energy writ large, potash, and commodities, particularly wheat. All three of those things are going to be affected by Russia getting cut off from trade.
Let's talk oil and gas. We are already paying historic amounts at the pumps. What's your prediction for fuel prices over the next couple months here in Canada?
So I think there's only one direction they're going to go as a result of that, and that's up. You're looking probably over the next few days at 5 cents or more at the pump. I wouldn't be surprised over the next month or two to see that turn into 10 or 15 pretty quickly. So we could be looking at, in some Canadian places like Vancouver, nearly $2 a liter.
What effect do you see on liquefied natural gas?
Less effect overall on liquefied natural gas. We're pretty isolated in the natural gas market here. We don't have a lot of import or export capacity, so it's not going to bother us too much. But we are going to see some effects. Some of that is going to bleed through. So I see you're already seeing some slight rises there, but we're not going to see the same effect like we've seen with oil.
Farmers here in Saskatchewan are still reeling from a disastrous drought last year and have begun making seeding plans. How will this conflict and sanctions against Russia impact the price of wheat and fertilizer?
So wheat, I think, we're gonna see that rise as Russians struggle to export. That's their fifth biggest export, and that's going to be hard for them to get out and get paid for. Fertilizer is an interesting question because Russia and Belarus are the two other big producers, along with Canada, of potash. And that's a key ingredient in fertilizer. I think fertilizer is going to become much more expensive as we see that competition. The benefit, or this thing that's going to soften that blow, is we do seem to have some excess capacity in production here in Canada and Saskatchewan particularly. So we'll be able to ramp up production to meet some of the increased demand.
Jason, is there something surprising that this is going to affect that maybe the average person wouldn't think about?
One of the things is interest rates and international transactions. So a lot of the sanctions are targeting the financial sector in Russia, targeting Russian banks and Russian oligarchs and their ability to move money around, and that's going to limit some of the demand for capital in Russia and some of its industries there. So that might make it a little easier for people in Canada to get loans or at low slight rates. So I don't see that effect being huge.
All right. Thank you so much, Jason.
Thank you.
Jason Childs is an economist and professor at the University of Regina.